Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4WN Radio.
Welcome to my radio and TV show, Debbie Changes Lives. I'm Debbie, your certified holistic health coach. I revitalize people's lives by helping them identify the root causes of their health and mindset issues and create a custom, natural, holistic strategy to address them in the areas of mind, body, and soul. As a health coach, I'm not allowed to say that I heal, treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose any diseases. I can certainly make your body more efficient by reducing symptoms. You'll feel better, be more productive, and enjoy life more. Not many people have released 70 pounds, had a health and mindset transformation, and kept fit and trim over a decade. I have, and I have staying power. It's actually been over 11 years. I even became a half marathon runner at the age of 51 when I never ran from childhood to adulthood due to foot pain, and I've done 8 half marathons since. Mindset is the key to lasting change. As a certified holistic health coach, I revitalize people's lives in many different areas of health and mindset. I guide them to clean, toxic-free foods and high-quality essential nutrients. My coaching is for optimizing health, releasing weight efficiently when needed, and enhancing your mindset. With my clients, I help them recognize that their thoughts, feelings, and emotions drive their actions and results, sometimes good, sometimes bad. That's why it's crucial to have a positive mindset in life to succeed. It's also imperative that you manage your emotions and release those low vibrational emotions such as fear, frustration, and doubt. Because all it's going to do is slow you down and get you stuck, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Like a hot air balloon that has ballasts, I help my clients release those emotional ballasts and baggage so they can uplift to a happier, healthier life that's better. And they will be releasing their stress, and they are going to be reshaping their core beliefs. You will see and feel the differences with my coaching programs. Ask me about them. Set up a complimentary consultation at Debi Changes Lives, DebiChangesLives, as in Victory, ES.com/Linktree, LINKTREE. And I will guide you to that better, happier, healthier life with custom solutions unique to you in the areas of mind, body, and soul. Well, I have exciting news. I'm a cover girl. I'm on the cover of Her Nation magazine on June 2025 edition. And you're welcome to read my article, How Emotions Affect Health Physically, Mentally, and Through Stress. And tell me what you think about it. So today, in order to relieve some of your financial stress, I have Qidong, a certified financial educator and leadership coach. She became a certified financial educator with the Heartland Institute of Financial Education. She holds all the necessary licenses to offer a comprehensive financial planning and recently completed 30 hours for ICF accreditation leadership coaching training. With a deep passion for financial literacy and entrepreneurship, she empowers individuals and organizations to build wealth, also help them discover purpose and prepare retirement with clarity. She believes that while retirement comes with new challenges, proper education and intentional planning can transform it into a chapter of fulfillment and freedom. We'll be discussing the secrets of true financial freedom. Let's welcome Qidong, the certified financial planner and leadership coach. And Qi, welcome to my show.
Thank you for having me, Debbie. It's an honor. And I think what you're offering with health and wellness, with emotional connections, are completely in alignment with my philosophy.
Yes, and anything that has to do with health and wealth, these go hand in hand, in my opinion, as well.
Totally.
You need to have wealth, and you also need health. In order to, both of them, you need it to enjoy life. So
Totally.
I
Yes.
completely agree with that, with you as well. Well, now you have worked hard to rebuild and redefine your life more than once. How have these personal experiences shaped your approach to financial education and entrepreneurship?
It could be a long journey of last several decades of my life of self-discovery. I believe that, and I was listening to a book called Wisdom and Knowledge, the same guy who wrote the Four Agreements. The way we perceive the world, changes at a different stage of our life, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So in my early years, money was everything for me, and that I thought, if I have the money, my life will be perfect. And for probably, I would say, at least 20 years of my adult life. And I didn't know that was the mindset of that was shaped by our culture, the way you raised, right? And until one day, and it was a pivotal moment where I had to let everything go in 2008. And,
Okay.
and we all know that 2008 was one of the worst economic crisis, and I had my restaurant, and everything basically collapsed. I had to let my restaurant go, my real estate go, and I had to make a very difficult call. Like, am I going to hang on to the asset where every day is just like living on the stove, hot stove being cooked, or am I going to just let it go, start over again? And it was just, I think it's just, we call it sometimes God's talking to you, and that's really a spirit awakening moment, awakening. Like, what am I doing? I'm not enjoying every day. This is not fun. Okay. And I literally just decided, like, you know what? I'm going to let it go, let everything go. And that there's that moment, and I felt so free.
Yeah, because you're freeing yourself from those low vibrational emotions, and it's just, and you're getting more mental clarity. So
Yeah, I felt free, and I'm like, you know what? Those assets are weighing me down. It's causing me tons of stress, and I'm not able to enjoy and create more abundance. All I'm doing is dealing with people who are not able to pay my rent, and and it's constantly dragging. And then on the other hand, there's other challenges where, because businesses is dead, there's no income coming in, so you're constantly battling, like, what is going on? I'm not going nowhere, I'm stuck. Okay, that's when I say, you know what, I have to start over. Maybe that's a time to start over, start with zero. And that was a very interesting moment. And I feel I'm blessed. I'm able to go through this moment of change. And we also always say that until you have some very drastic the issue happened in your life, crisis happened, that's when it's able to, the purpose of that is to help you to awaken to the next level of growth. And and that's exactly what happened. Now, I was actually, and I always look back, like, thank God it happened to me. I'm so grateful, and I've gone through so much changes since then.
And that similarly happened to me as well. I thought that I was always going to be a video producer and things like that, but I was being pulled in many different directions. A mom that was declining of Alzheimer's, a son that needed a lot of therapies at early ages, and I just let it go, because I had to take care of things that were in front of me.
Right.
But I always kept creative, no matter what I did. And so it's interesting how that creative element brought me to my completely new career of being a certified holistic health coach, but it did.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
that's what happens is that you that shift comes into your life for a reason. You're guided through these little turmoils or little, no, I don't know, bumps in the road for a reason. And
Oh, absolutely.
you need to reevaluate and find out what you really need to do and what you want to do. So,
Right, right. Well, I was very unhappy for decades, and
mhm.
also with a spouse who had tons of depression issue that I kept to myself. That none of his family knew, and the reason I stayed was because of asset. So I could not let asset go. So I put my happiness behind for the sake of holding on to the asset or the wealth. I thought that was more important than the joy and happiness and peace.
Yeah,
So there's more just that. I just felt like, thank God this happened, that gave me the courage to, and plus I had a 2-year-old daughter. I said, I
yeah.
cannot continue this journey where I was so unhappy, you know, and just for the sake of wealth.
Yeah. For me, I got overwhelmed, gained a lot of weight.
Mhm.
And the journey of me releasing the weight and changing my mindset just opened up a whole new world. Just like you left a certain type of weight, business that didn't work for you. So that,
Yeah.
you know, we need to make those changes and not be scared of them. Just do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I want to add it to on top of that. I'm talking since 2008 until now, right? So I
Mhm.
found this financial industry 8 years later. So I literally was wandering from being in a sales position in a food wholesale because it's related to my former restaurant career. So I thought it was a good transition. I absolutely hated it. It was so stressful, but it's a learning journey. To me, it's a transition, right? And then
It was too. Mhm.
absolutely transition was needed. And then I got introduced to this company, a financial literacy firm. A few years later, my son actually told me about it. And and financial was always something I call myself in a curious George, always do. Growing up in a communist country where I had no access to knowledge. So knowledge in my entire life has been something that I'm always hungry for. I always felt I constantly, if somebody recommend a book that sounds interesting, regardless of what area, and I'm very much into health, spirituality, and wealth, so I would just grab it right away, even though I don't may not have time to read. So to me, when he told me about this company where I finally have access to learning about money, I immediately grabbed it. I was teaching English as second language in China in 2013 to 16. And literally, I was ready to come back to US. I said, what career should I go back to? And I just couldn't see myself getting a job. I'm just such a naturally entrepreneur spirited. And then I did the real estate before. I hated it absolutely. And then when this came up, I'm like, okay, do I get started? How can I get licensed? All of that. I literally recruited myself to the industry and literally also relocated to Texas to start this business over 9 years ago.
Fantastic. Your whole new life.
Mhm.
Now, what role did you see financial education playing in closing the wealth gap across generations and communities?
It's actually huge. Every day I see people, when I ask people, what is wealth and how do you create wealth? And people may give me answers such as invest in the real estate, invest in the stock market, cryptocurrency, or foreign, and currency exchange. And these are the typical topics. But our firm, we believe financial literacy is such a fundamental foundation. Think about my own story, right? Why did I lose money in 2000 stock market crash? At the peak of the market, that's when I invested in the stock market. I didn't know anything about it. And then 2008, where everybody's doing real estate, nobody knows that market will crash, even though I had a lot of liquidity. So what I'm saying is we actually we talk about financial literacy as a 7 money milestone. You got to start learning. But how many people spend time learning or they just follow the herd? whatever that's in the news or in the social media that's trendy, and that's where they think that's the only way to create wealth. It's complex.
Yes.
You got to know all the different way. Wealthy people don't put money in the one basket. It's not just one real estate. Every investment has its pros and cons. People are not aware of it, right?
True.
So what's the pros and cons of real estate, right? You got to have down payment. Are you able to sustain it? Are you able to pay taxes to keep it, right? And what about liquidities? These are the things people are not aware of. And other investment market, how do you deal with market volatilities? Okay, and that's why we call it investment behavior psychology. So people are totally not aware that there are tools, financial tools out there where you don't have to pay tax legally. You're able to protect from market loss completely if you want to. And then you can also create an income stream in the future, so you never ever have to worry about running out of money. These are the fundamental tools that people are not aware of it at all. Zero concept. So that's why people, and they're so worried about it, they're afraid of it, and they don't know who to ask for. And guess what? That causes stress, worries.
Yeah, no kidding.
And health crisis. And then also number one is, and then another thing is called generation a curse. If your grandparents, your parents, they also struggle all their life, guess what? When the youth become adult, they think that's just a norm of life.
Not necessarily. I know that my parents, they were part of that Great Depression.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't really understand how to invest, and they never did, in the financially, other than in real estate.
Mm-hmm.
But during their adult lifetime, that wasn't an issue. It only came, but when we started having problems in 2008, and and recently, that becomes more of an issue.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know when the stock market's going to crash. You never know when the real estate market's going to crash. You never know when loans are going to be at the right interest rate.
Mm-hmm.
Life is full of uncertainties. You need to just deal with it and just flow with it and pick and choose what you want to do. So, and I'm sure you educate people in that way.
Well, actually, yes, certainty is one of I was looking through before this conversation, 7 levels of Maslow's 7 levels of needs, and one of which is security, right? And that's why I fully believe, because traditional financial firm, they still believe you just portfolio, it's called commodity way of helping people to invest for the future is diversify a portfolio. I actually teach people how to diversify asset. You got to diversify assets. Some of the asset you need to put in somewhere where you're not going to be subject to any market loss. You're not going to be subject to taxes. Okay. And it's going to also give you leverage if you get sick.
Yeah. You need a variety of products, not necessarily stocks.
Financial product. Absolutely. Yeah. The products are designed to solve people's problem. But the issue here, Debbie, is what I say, that we already have this prejudgment. We call it, oh, I already know. And this is the most dangerous word I want to tell you. And I hope somebody will hear this message, will get it. When you say you already know, that means you don't need to learn. But guess what? The world changes constantly. Decade later, the need for, we live way much longer. The cost of health insurances, health medical costs is going to go up. Increase of inflations. There's so many things that's going to happen as you get older. If you don't deal with it now, if you don't spend time, learn about it, you're going to have to face it in later. Do you want to face it now or later? The ability to deal with stress as you get older is much harder. So put some plan in place to protect yourself, your family is crucial.
Yes, it is. And a lot of people are just not aware of what they need, what is out there for them to fill their basket with a whole bunch of different things.
That is correct.
So you never want a table with 3 legs or 2 legs. You know what I mean? You want something with several legs.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. as someone who is deeply passionate, which you are, about helping others, and so am I, what's been the most fulfilling part of your journey so far?
I think number one is my personal growth. I always thought if I could get to the point one day where I don't need to worry about myself, you know, and then I can just focus all my spirit and my energy on the needs of someone in front of me who are longing for transforming to the next level of true freedom. I totally believe in freedom. Freedom is not having any worry. Every day you're living with joy. You're already complete. You're full. And that, to me, I want to tell anybody who hears, it's a spiritual journey. It's going to take time. You got to work within yourself. And I actually, recently just started doing a lot of meditation, and I feel a transformation in me, a complete transformation in me. And I listen to all these spiritual, shows and contents, and constantly dig deeper and spend a lot of personal self-time reflecting life.
That is so much needed.
Yes, express my gratitude. Yes. And that level of joy is beyond what I can even verbally express. And if we can, learn to feel that wholeness in you, and then that's one level, right? One thing I want to say that about the fulfillment. Number two is once you are at a different stage of your life and you truly are putting your client needs first, and you will develop a lot of compassion and patience. And just because when you work with somebody, most people come in with a lot of baggage and fear towards money.
Yes.
Okay, it's a lot of, to me, honoring to help someone to transition from unknown and then put total trust in you with their future money. So I feel a honor and a lot of responsibilities. Okay, so, and that's why the fact that I'm so hungry for knowledge, and I'm constantly looking for a way how I can structure my clients' portfolio and future overall planning better. And that has totally just, helped me see other people's life in a completely different lens. And when clients tell me like, I'm so glad I met you, you've changed my life, that's a complete level of total satisfaction. It's better than winning $1 million or multi-million-dollar lottery. And that's how I see it. It's feeding my soul with so much joy. Those are the two.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way when I optimize someone's health, or they actually release all the weight that they wanted to release. I feel the exact same way.
Awesome.
It just fills my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And, because once you kind of nurture that person and they begin to see openings and possibilities, and they get excited about their own health, that's where they're going to really, progress and get better and better and better. And I'm sure it's the exact same way when it comes to
absolutely. But it's more than that, Debbie. You told early time, you talk about health. You can take all kinds of best quality vitamin. If you don't deal with your own emotion, which is the spirit,
that's what
it's not in harmony, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's exactly the same with the money, and if you have a lot of fear, like if I have a client and that I sense, I'm very intuitive, I sense the fear, and then when it's too strong, and in the early stage of my career, I may still accept the client, but now I don't. I don't feel it's a good match because it's going to come back, because the fear is so powerful. It would not help me do the best work, because it will impact my emotion and my energy.
Yes.
Okay.
And I feel the exact same way. They need to work on their fear, but at least they have somebody indicating, we need to look at these areas of your emotions, because they will, like I said, they'll slow you down mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And, it's not necessarily products, but it's also what people put into their body that doesn't do them any good. And it's also what's affecting them in the environment, whether there's things going outside social media, whatever's going on with politics.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta just let that go because
Mm-hmm.
they can't control that. And
Mm-hmm.
they gotta, untie themselves from those situations and
Totally.
just, meditate like we do and
Mm-hmm.
just look inside. What do I need to do about how I'm feeling right now? And
Absolutely.
tone down that volume of something that is stressing you out so much, or even just remove it
Mm-hmm.
and start believing there's possibilities. And it's not just a matter of belief, it's a matter of shifting your mind completely
Totally.
and say that I'm going to release this, let it float away,
Mm-hmm.
and open yourself up to whatever comes toward you. Because in my life, things have always happened for a reason, and something always comes out that's
Mm-hmm.
good at
Mm-hmm.
the end.
Totally. Yeah, no, absolutely. Because I mean, think about your body is really all cells. Your nerve system, your anxiety, your stress, your fear, you're feeding yourself. So, we talk about spirit. It's actually, we're not thinking that is more powerful than anything else.
Yeah, but our body is full of energy too.
Absolutely.
So,
Yes.
emotion has motion and energy.
Mhm.
And that's why it's important to have the right type of energy and the
Mhm.
right type of feeling
Mhm.
and be in the higher, vibrational energy, such as hope and love and joy,
Mhm.
cherishing, having
Mhm.
gratitude. Those are
Yeah.
so important aspects to have in order to really enjoy life. We're here to enjoy life.
Absolutely, 1,000%. So that's what, right? Absolutely. If people, do you deserve it? I'm just like, but that sad thing is most people don't even know they deserve it. And then this is a country of hustling. You feel like if you don't work hard, or if you don't hustle, if you just lose some sleeping hour, you're not going to get ahead. But yes, on the other hand, what did you do with your body? And then you end up paying price on your health.
Yeah, your cortisol level goes up and your health deteriorates, and you get a lot of inflammation in your body.
Mhm.
So that's why it's important to sometimes just let it go and move forward and see what life brings you. Now, and being open to possibilities. So, what do you believe is the biggest misconception that people have about money? And we've been kind of talking about these concepts. And how do you help them shift their mindset when it comes to money?
Well, first of all, money was not taught anywhere.
No.
We don't grow up. There's no financial literacy. I didn't know nothing about money, and but one thing I knew, I had to invest. That's why I started restaurant at a very young age. And then after I made money, I said, okay, I need to invest, and I tried to read all kinds of books. I still couldn't get ahead. You know, um, I think that's why our company is very unique. I said we invite people to this journey of learning. Tony Robbins has a book several years ago called Money Master Game. It's a very thick book. I read a few times, and Tony certainly is very successful. He's got multiple business. I said successful people have all resources, a multiple source of income. Why don't we? So first of all, it's a mindset, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the mindset is we got to start learning. His book said, first part of our life, most people spend time going to school, get a career, so that they could get in a step in a career, they could get paid, and then start family. And then that's it. That's the end of their journey. He said the real journey actually starts when you become adult, you got a career, and then you need to spend the rest of your life learning about
Yes.
money.
Yes.
I spend more time learning about spirit, the money, and health. I
Mhm.
learned all those three. I feel all those three are all harmoniously correlated in order for me to become the whole, right? But most people don't. They're so busy planning that vacation, taking kids this activity and that activity. But are they growing? Are they growing to be a better version of themselves? So financial literacy is number one importance. We invite people to come learn, and we'll have open door. And then I said, well, if you have you have a doctor, right? And then if you have a rare disease, are you going to just rely on your doctor, or you're going to go consult to different professionals, right? Such as functional doctor. I'm a big believer of that.
Yeah.
So I say, if you have a cancer, you got to go consult. And some people say, do it yourself. Well, I could use, this, and I don't want to name because it's a public social platform. Oh, it's a cheap and inexpensive, and I do well. Well, okay. How do you know you do well? Have you talked to anybody? When I sit down, show some people, and then if they're open to explore, they'll be shocked. It's almost too good to be true. I said, no, it's not too good to be true. It's just you have not had chance to sit down with someone who offer holistic approach towards financial planning.
Yes.
It's so different from, it's the same, it's a very different from other type of financial advisory services. People just have to be open enough to explore, and there's no cost to you. That's a beauty part of it. So we offer two things: give people a chance to come and learn so they could take ownership of their financial literacy themselves. And then meanwhile, they could also say, okay, I need professional help. And I take them through a 7 money milestone process.
That's fantastic, because I do need to, once they invest in learning and understanding it better, they're going to have better way of making decisions that will make them prosper. So that's really important.
Totally.
Now, with one piece of advice, would you give someone who wants to create financial freedom but doesn't know where to begin? I guess you kind of covered that right now. But is there any more?
Yeah, my website has tons of videos if they feel a little bit intimidated. I don't use high-level jargon language to talk to my client. I literally have people before they sit down with me, or I have helped people who actually used to put money in the safe. I am not exaggerating. Or people who put money in the CD, okay, and they thought they were doing very well, to transition to themselves, to open door to other opportunities that they have completely transformed. Now it takes several years, right, for them to let it go a little bit, and then gradually, and then finally they surrender, say, you know what, you are the expert, now I trust you. So it does take a lot of, so first I think it's sit down with somebody, interview different people. I'm not saying you just have to talk to me. There are a lot of good holistic doctor out there. There are a lot of holistic financial educators out there. But you want to find somebody who you feel that you're good energy match, and you could trust, and that person does know what he or she is talking about, and look at their credential. How long they been in the industry? How many clients have they served? Ask some good questions. Very, very critical, I'm not saying it, I don't want to present anything negative, but there are a lot of people out there, a lot of company out there, their focus is not necessarily will serve your needs.
And the needs of a woman and needs of a man, or needs of the couple, is completely different. Even a person that's in a different stage of life. So I'm sure you address all those different needs for those variety of people.
Well, lots. There's the need for financial planning is at all-time high. I've lived in this country for almost 40 years now. Back in the 80s, people don't live until so much longer. Things have changed a lot, but most people still believe real estate is the only ticket to create wealth.
No, it's not.
I know, but most people still do. Right? So when I talk to people, I said, if I ask you a question, real estate, retail, and financial, all these three industries, which one is the biggest industry?
You tell us.
Most people will say real estate. That's a common answer. But if you add real estate and retail together, they're not even half of the financial industry. Why?
No, they're not.
They're not. They're not. But think about it. Why is there so many noises out there that talk about multifamily unit? These are all companies that are trying to acquire investors. They're the accumulating funds. That is finance. So
Yes.
everything evolved with money. Without money, you cannot do anything,
Yes.
right?
Very true.
And then also every day, the amount of people that are transitioning to retirement, baby boomers, is between 11 to 13,000. And guess what? Most people cannot retire. They don't know how to retire completely. If they do retire, and that maybe they're financially they're fine, but then they start to realize like there's something missing in my life. I don't have the connection anymore. The friends I used to be are people I hang around with my work. They found a purpose in life. They need to find new identity. That's what I have as a certified financial educator. I said, we need to prepare you mentally, emotionally. Retirement is not purely just, oh, money is ready. No, there's other needs you got to also meet in order to truly be living in a fulfilled life, so you can live longer and more abundant.
And that's what I do with, the holistic approach I have too, because it's just more than health. It's more than mindset. It's your relationships, finance, and things like that. But you concentrate on the financial aspect more than I do. Now, very quickly, for your last question, people underestimate how complex retirement can be. And you kind of touched on that, they're lonely now, right? What are some common blind spots you see, and how educations help people prepare better?
Yeah, because a lot of time people like to do their own Google research, right? And then I'll get all that different opinion. And I often tell people, I said, the best opinion is formed by your own study. Because a lot of time, especially, you have a lot of people retiring with 401k, and then all of a sudden they think, okay, well, when I retire, I should need less money. And then after they retire, I've worked with quite a lot of retirees. They all of a sudden realize that, wait a minute, I'm spending a lot more money than before. I'm paying more taxes,
Cost of living.
Yeah. And all of a sudden I need to replace my hip replacement. I need to have eye surgery, and constantly, and something happened. And it's like, wow, I have to always inform. I said, okay, let's take a look at what your spending habit. We need to adjust something, because otherwise you want to be free and easy and not worry free about money. And yes, that's my job to maintain and ensure for you, but also we got to work together as a team. So tax is a big part of it. Also, expenses, increase of expenses, right?
Yes.
So that's a big blind spot. And also, a lot of people don't know that 80% of people file bankruptcy due to health crisis.
Right.
Bankruptcy. So if you don't have that in places,
that's a
all
problem.
Life savings could be gone. You have no legacy at all.
Yeah. Well, Jade, what people really need to talk to you. So, what is your offer today?
My offer is my website. As I said, my website has everything in there. If you feel like you want to contact me, it's all over there. Feel free to do that. As well as if you could contact me. We also have webinar as well. I do weekly webinar. If you wanted to, and not ready for one-on-one consultation. On top of that, if you book a 15-minute consultation, we also offer books. We have ebooks as well as physical books that I could send it to you. Yeah, we have 4 different books that we've written since 2020. We have also featured over 350 major TV stations promoting financial literacy. So we even recently published a book called How Money Works for the Next Generation. It's written for the youth. Okay, for the youth from anywhere from about to graduate from high school to step into the work career, and how you deal with all the real life situation. So I'm so grateful right now because I live in the state of Texas. I was just recently informed the state of Texas now require all high school ninth graders take 1 year financial literacy course. Now they are still trying to put together the contents, and it's in my plan to reach the officials so that I can create, contribute to the contents of the course.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I know.
And so pretty much there's a book for everybody. So why don't you contact Chi Dong, and you go to wealthwave.com/CHIDONG/contact. Just create that discovery call, and she'll give you an option of which book that you want, and you can choose it, and it could be an ebook or a physical book like I have. And mention Debbie Changes Lives so she knows where the referral came from. So Chi, that's a wonderful offer. Would you like to be a guest again on my show?
I would love to. Absolutely.
Okay, great. Please stick around for closing remarks.
Okay.
We may have some more time. Remember, I do revitalize people's lives in many different areas of health and mindset. I do start with your gut, as well as your mindset. And I can help different areas, whether it's brain and heart, skin, hormones, immunity, bone and joint, you name it. Even blood sugar. I guide you to clean, toxic-free foods and high-quality essential nutrient products that reduce symptoms. You'll feel better, possibly release some weight, but most importantly, it uplifts your mood. And with my mindset coaching, I help you release that stress, emotions, and emotional entanglements, and I'm helping you guide you to look at your mindset and make it better and enhance it. So with your core beliefs. And so my mindset coaching is enhancing your mindset. Now with my health optimization and weight release, your body is becoming more efficient. So that's the mind-body solution that makes your heart and soul sing. And what you need to do is just reach out to me and set up a complimentary consultation at Debi Changes Lives. That's DebiChangesLives.com as in Victory ES.com/Linktree, LINKTREE. And there you get to know me, I get to know you, and I'll guide you to your ultimate health. And it starts with 1 or 2 assessments. And the first one's a health evaluation where you rate your symptoms in the last 30 days in 4 categories of health. Some questions overlap. Answer all the questions, and it will give you a baseline score. And what I'll do is review it with you. When you move forward with my services, I will create that custom natural holistic strategy unique to you, and we'll monitor your progress with that. And I also have 2 different body Zyto scans, and I prefer to do Zytos with ZeroLink because I can actually do it remotely, internationally, and I have sent it to scans to South Africa as well as Australia. The ZeroLink is a transdermal optical imaging app that I send a link to your phone. You scan your face for 30 seconds. It's only going through your skin, looking at blood flow for components of energetic, functional, and emotional in different body systems and lifestyles. That emotional component is such a hidden gem. And it creates a wellness report, not a diagnosis, of biomarkers out of range and products and services that bring it back into range. I review this with you as well. And it's quite an intensive report. So it's $75. But I give you a $25 discount on a product or a program if you decide to move forward with me. I also have a family pack of 5 scans where you can save $50. Now, the ZeroLink is a transdermal optical image app that is also known as TOI. You can look up its accuracy at pubmed.gov. That's PUBMED.gov, and find out how accurate it is. And when people take the scan, they're really amazed what their body tells them, and you'll be too. So either you can set up a consultation to take the scan, or go ahead and take the scan right away, and I'll review it with you. Now, I also have on this site my programs. Take Your Body Back is a 12-week weight release mindset coaching program where you're going to be using a new version of you for your success. All coaching is done on Zoom, and the first one's private to you because I am HIPAA compliant certified, and I go over your wellness evaluations, and that's why it's private. And I also give you a choice between 2 meal plans, directions on one, and instructions on how to create that new version of you and the avatar board that's going to drive you with emotion and passion to achieve and be successful through your health journey to achieve your goals, and whether it's weight loss as well. Now, the rest of the coaching, whether it's group or private, is the same. We'll be celebrating your wins. I'll be showing you how to use your boards, and I will be guiding you over gaps with health and mindset tips. you will become a new you. And you can ask me questions at that consultation, or you can watch a previous episode of Holistic Self-Love on the show button of my link tree. Just remember, my pricing of my programs have gone up. Why Fast is an intermittent fasting program that gets your cells and body humming, and turn business your metabolism with dense nutrition, high quality essential nutrients. You can ask me questions about this program at this consultation, as well as if you feel like you need some coaching, there's a 2 or 4 week program to get you started. You can pay for more coaching if you need it. Now, I also offer, smaller programs for mindset coaching and health, optimization. The only thing is those are longer term journey, and a larger program is better suited for you, or I can create a custom program for you. Now, for a limited time, I'm offering Debi's coaching chats, which is a complimentary 30-minute coaching session in an intimate group setting. And it's not recorded, and a survey picks a topic. You'll learn how to optimize your health, ways to release stress and emotion, efficiently release weight, creating winning mindset for health, weight transformations, and life. And also creating a new version of you and an avatar board that'll drive you with emotion and passion to achieve your health and weight goals throughout your journey. These meetings are 4:00 p.m. Pacific, 7 Eastern, and you need to be registered for it. And it's at Debi Changes Lives. Again, that's DebiChangesLive as in Victory ES.com/chats CHTS. Finally, learn more about alternative health programs, products, services, offers, blogs, articles, upcoming shows, events, and promos by subscribing to my newsletter, which is at DebiChangesLives.com/radio TV show, all in lowercase as one word. And I'll give you a gift, a 30-day health and mindset daily action journal where you can record your gratitudes, thoughts, feelings, emotions, food, water, supplements, and exercise you've done on a daily basis. And then you want to review it on a daily, weekly, monthly basis to see your wins and celebrate them and find your gaps to work on. And of course, you can also track your measurements with this journal. Then you can, and if you need help finding your gaps, you contact me for coaching. This health and mindset journal is a great awareness tool. I'm sure you're enjoying this show. It's been enlightening for you as well as educational. Reach out to me for my services, programs, products, and offers, and reach out to G for her services and offer. Do we have time for her to come back?
I'm here.
There you go. Do you have any closing remarks you want to add?
Well, I would love for people to start opening your heart and your spirit every day. And it's a spiritual journey. I said creating wealth, creating peace and joy. Money is just a tool. Okay, so you really need to start learning about what is money, why am I so worried about it, how can I break free from that spirit of worriness. So that takes work, of spiritual work as well as practical work. So I'm here to guide you, and if you're ready for this journey, feel free to connect with me. And you don't have to do anything, but I'm here to provide you a roadmap so that life can be truly beautiful, because this life is precious.
Yeah, we both can do that for people, but you're doing the financial and I'm doing the health.
Yeah.
So continue to enjoy my radio and TV show, Debi Changes Lives, on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, where your holistic journey begins.